Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. So, we are once again back here on the North American servers, and it's going to be an interesting day. We're starting off with a fall spawn invasion, and then following that, I am broke, essentially. I need to get some more Macetas, so we're going to be clearing some client orders to try to help out with that situation. But as I mentioned a moment ago, the fall spawn are on their way. That mission is going to be popping in just a moment here. So before we do anything here, I'm actually over here in Franca's Cafe. And if you haven't been in here yet, this is what the new look for the place is at this point here. Very Japanese in format here. It's essentially a sakura tree garden, if you will. But it's a very nice look. This look came out several years ago on the Japanese server here, so it's nice to see it's still in use here. But yeah, we're basically less than a minute away from that mission popping. Let's go ahead and make our way over to the quest counter at this point, so that we can be there when it does pop. I also want to see if anything else is available for me to pick up. And I definitely want to pick up that one for Barlotos, Ruins Exploration, and I think I got one of these in the bag somewhere. We'll check that out after the mission. Let's here we go. Here pops the mission, and it is Chaos Renderer of Tranqulity. It's one that I actually haven't seen in some time on the server. So this will be nice to take it on again. You'll note that I've got kind of an interesting loadout for my character here in terms of what's on the sub palette, and that's going to be I've got a lot of traps on there, but as you're probably noticing, I'm also using a sword here. I am a Ranger Hunter combo. And so once again, I am using my Lightning Espada sword, and I have access to all my Photon Arts, but the fact that I'm coming in here as a ranger lets me do something kind of unique. It's not something that the typical player would be able to do. Let's go ahead and get a party beacon up here. Well, let me take that back. Any player could do this, but it's not the recommended way that you play this class combination. But to put it simply, as of right now, I am effectively a pro-trancer, if you happen to remember that from back in Phantasy Star Universe. They were a master of traps, as well as S-rank weaponry.
Emergency alert. An Arks Ship is under assault from false spawn. All Arks completed. Report to the quest counter ASAP.
Hello, Rappy.
The vessel.
Rooks, are you asking about Twitch?
Emergency code due.
That's weird. I've been through like closing out my browser a few times and such, and I never lost the ability to stay logged in. I would suspect there's either going to be a setting somewhere, or it's possible your web browser profile might be broken, or maybe there's something going on with the web cookie. Let's see, it doesn't seem like there's any enemies over here. But we do have some down here. Just checking my boosters here. Those have plenty of time on them, and they are active, so hopefully we will get some decent drops out of this. And we've got Persona here.
Emergency code due.
Yeah, nice
And
one.
then we got a
You did
Quartz
it.
Dragon flying around the city. That'll be popping up anytime soon. I've been trying to hunt down the Dragon Slayer sword for it. That's one of the couple of weapons I still need that are swords. And I need to collect 30 weapons that are 7 to 12 star in order to get the last of the boosters I need for my damage. It used to be those were really easy to get because on the Japanese side you had the old type plus the new type that would count towards that. But here on the North American servers, you only got the new type. And unfortunately, the Dragon Slayer is a really rare drop. I think it's only getting like maybe 20 to 30 drops per week on the server. So that is going to be one of the weapons I'm truly going to have to grind if after the next major update that we have to the game doesn't introduce more 7 to 12 stars. I am hoping that maybe once some of the holiday events they'll start introducing some more. It's possible, Rooks, yeah. In fact, I don't have any of my classes having the full 10% boost yet. Now, just to be clear, this is not the same boost as your class boost, that's a different boost. But maybe we'll get lucky with this guy here.
Code due.
Incoming alert.
Emergency code attack.
Aside from the Quartz Dragon, we do have the Marmoth here.
Objective complete.
Completed.
And also for reference, I am trying to keep lag down to a minimum here in game, so I do have the number of models displaying only set to 5 right now, so that's why not everybody is loading into the game currently. I'm just trying to make it make sure that this thing is going to not have any issues and holding me back because of load times and such. Even though I technically am on an SSD here.
Objective complete.
Completed.
Okay, looks like we did get something here. Dio beat Tigers. And we are making our way north. Yeah, open-ended missions like this were always one of my favorites, just because they were so good for drop-in, drop-out gameplay. The ones where you have a starting point and go to a crystal at the end, those were never really my favorite. I mean, I know that that's what the majority of them are, but it's still, I still prefer it in this style. Alright, we are looking for the telepipe here. There we go. Let's get back up to the gateway ship. I also added a little bit of an outline to the chat box, so hopefully not as many people are going to have issues being able to read the chat today. Let me know if that does cause any problems, though, because it's really weird how I had to add it. The chat channel itself doesn't actually support having like a background or anything like that, so instead I had to do a custom CSS thing of adding just black all around the white text. How's the audio, by the way, today?
Gosh, I think something's coming.
Ah, we got a cutter drone site.
Code. Attack.
Glad to hear it, Rooks. Thank you. Now, what I will say about this build is, aside from the gravity bomb and paralyzation, there really isn't that much that the traps actually do for you. Hey, we got a PSE burst. Nice. The damage that comes out of them is just a bit too low, unfortunately, for them to be really useful in that respect.
Change over. Code. You.
At least for the way that I'm trying to do this here, which is effectively as a pro-transer instead of as a ranger. Alright, there goes that one.
Objective complete.
One more?
Completed.
Nope, just an extra 10 seconds. I'll take that.
Burst finish.
Okay, not a super long burst, but at least it was a decent burst, I would say, given how many enemies got taken out in that short time. Alrighty, let's start moving on. And hey, we got a Del Mallory.
Emergency.
That's the rare form of the Demarma.
Emergency. Code. You.
I see another quartz dragon over there.
Your Majesty, code, attack.
Alright, let's break the tail.
Congratulations on completing the objective.
No luck this time, I guess.
Completed.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Looks like I am about to ding level 60 here.
Completed.
And there we go, level 60. So that is yet another title to add to the collection.
Be wary of your surroundings. Do not let your guard down.
And we have a Dragon X here.
Your Majesty, code, due.
Nice, that takes care of one of the client orders I needed to take care of today.
The objective.
Completed.
Looks like we are just about done with this mission here. Only 11 points to go. And there we go. Mission is complete. Let's get back up to the gateway ship. I'll give him a few moments here. Okay, it looks like everybody is ready here, so we're gonna have to just do this on a different block here, since that other person went out into the lobby. They're still out there. That didn't interrupt them. But once again, let's get back down into the city and help them out. I hear a Bancer.
Picking up multiple readings. Pay heed to sudden outbreaks.
Sounds like we got a number of bosses lining up for us here. Nice to see a player starting to use Synchro. Synchro is actually going to be one of the stronger pets that you could use as a summoner currently. And it kind of stays that way throughout PSO2. It used to be that Marin was when you would have a setup called the Rotator. Hello, controller. But yep. The Marin Rotator essentially had you would have 6 Marins on your as your pets, and after each one exploded, you would just rotate into the next one, and by the time you got around, the last one would have been revived already. That's a Vol Dragon.
Incoming alert.
Alright, we got a Garanzran first here.
Your Majesty, code due.
Incoming alert.
Changeover. Code. Capture.
Yeah, there was no way anybody was going to be convinced to do a capture here.
Failure report received.
Failed.
I want to say captures are probably the least completed of all the trials in the game.
Emergency.
There's Persona again.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Congratulations on completing the objective.
Completed.
Incoming alert.
Yeah, I mean, if captures were to give players, say, a 10-star weapon for completing it, I would say, one, first you need the player base to recognize that it's even doing that. And then two, you'd have to deal with everybody that just is unaware to start with, who just sees enemies that need to be taken down, and perhaps the capture code hasn't even been brought up yet. And then, of course, you've got the operators who are always way too slow to notify you that it's changed over to a capture as well. I think all that combined would make it a little bit, make players a little too cautious when they first encounter bosses to take them down immediately, just because there would be that risk. Alright, so we had a bunch of stuff drop over there. I'll have to check that in a moment.
Objective complete.
Alright, that takes care of a team order. That's not going to do much for me. At least right now, but once the reset comes, I'll be able to hand that in. Where did that Vol Dragon we heard earlier end up? Yeah, that group is about to be done. Let's see. Oh, there's the Vol Dragon. We ran right past there.
Emergency!
Emergency. Code. Due.
Oh, hey, we got a second one popping up right behind it. Alright, we'll go ahead and pop our Photon Blast.
Emergency!
Change over. Code due.
And that might have been the thing that kept them up here. Oh, my boosters.
Large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
Completed.
Alright, back up to the north. Alright, that's a fungi coming up here. So we are to do our best to try to avoid that thing. And it looks like it grabs somebody else there, so they're gonna need to be rescued. However, we're also done with the mission, so after this group, we're out of here. Oh, hello, Dragon X.
I shall slay you! Collapse! Assault form! Pulverizing jaw! Collapse! Assault form! Pulverizing charge! Now, I will face you with my full power. Submission form, Supreme Serpent Saber, be reduced to part. I shall slay you. Gaia form, fracture in one fell swoop. Collapse. I am wounded, but I will still fight. Marvelous.
A lot of talk for a dragon.
Good battle.
Oh hey, I need that disc. Alright, let's get out of here. And back out to the lobby we go. Yeah, I'm not even in there as the right class combinations. So yeah, it's most groups I find I end up carrying them at this rate. We got a casino coin pass present. That's nice. And the login campaign. I don't remember the team saying that there's going to be any sort of casino pass reward, but I'll take it. All right, so Bertrand Scales. Let's hand that one in to Marmoth. And Dragon X. And then let's grab this Leo Maldulard here. Let's see. I guess I'll grab the King Yeti. But yeah, today's focus is going to be on clearing as many client orders as I can here in order to get myself some more Meseta, because as I showed before, I am sort of broke right now. I've got less than 1 million Meseta. Started out with about 600, now we're up at 849. We'll go ahead and collect on these. Now, did I remember to transfer? Yes, I did. Little Zakri. So we are able to handle that one in now. That's another 100,000. And then the Arowanas.
Thank you very much.
Do I have any of those? Yes, I do. Perfect.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
Alright, let's make our way back out to the main gateway area here. Well, actually, to the shopping plaza first. Yeah, even on an SSD, the load times are still taking incredibly long. I can't wait for the PC release later this month. It's gonna be a much better experience over there, I think. Hello, controller. So I wanted to pop up here real quick. As we can see, I'm actually sitting pretty well on my boosters at this point. In terms of X cubes, I've got around 73 there. So if I happen to need more boosters, I can grab them.
Well, hello there. Did you bring a bunch?
But it's the unique weapon badge weapons here that I'm interested in at this point here.
See you around.
Let me see what my current stock of those is. So in total, I've got 217.
Well, hello there.
Now, each of these weapons requires 400 badges, and the fact of the matter is, at this point, most players have been or rather, a good number of players have been listing 13-star weapons on the shop, without me really needing to pick up any more of these at this point here. At least to grind it up to plus 35. What I've instead started doing is I've started grabbing the different weapons themselves, specifically for the purpose of adding them into my weapon collection. So I've got all 4 of these now. The Arc Flan is going to be, actually the Lavis Blades are going to be the next one I go for. And I'm just going to go down the list until I've got the entire collection.
See you around.
Just because, once again, this sword is an all-class sword. Eventually I might add some more slots on there, but really the boosters that are, or rather, the augments that are available at this point in the game really aren't worth it for that purpose. But regardless, it is such a powerful weapon at this point in the game that it's not even funny. The one thing I did want to do is I did want to come over to my bank and grab one of those partisans, though. And it looks like both of these are exactly the same here in terms of the output, so we'll just go ahead and grab that one. And that way, at least I'm not using a 12-star anymore, which the 12-star gave me the ability to use a photon arc that would rush me forward, basically lunging into doing a lunge attack. But for now, I don't think I really need that one. So instead, we'll go with that Whirlwind Sweep. Assault Buster. That one, and Sacred Skewer. Selling 13 stars has been a thing in the game for some time now. If I go like this, and I say weapons, you've got gun blades down to under 200k at this point. The main reason I'm actually broke at this point is I've been after outfits and parts. So, if we go under body parts here, these are under 100k. I've been waiting for them to get down to around 80k before I grab them. But I think we're pretty much done with this particular set unless another whale happens to come along and just drops more on the market. Actually, this isn't a bad price for these two here. Let me scoop them up real quick. And of course, the reason I'm grabbing these is because when you wear different outfits, you can get star gems from them. So this body piece here is ready to go. So let's go under items, and we're going to say acquire star gems. That gives me 10 star gems, and you add that. You do that across all the characters that you have. If you're on a free-to-play account that doesn't pay anything into it, then you could get 30 star gems per day via that. If you max out however many characters that you can have for alts, then you can get 120 star gems per day, which, if we then do a little comparison here, and we go purchase star gems, we can see that star gems are being sold for 9,800 Arks cash, which is the equivalent of about $98 for 2,800 star gems. So that adds up really, really fast if you keep up with it, in terms of it being a really worthwhile thing to do, especially because one of the things that you can get through that is the use of the material storage, which is one of the more useful things in the game, because then you don't have to go back and forth to your bank to pick items out of it to hand it in for client orders and such. I'm waiting for my collection to get up a little bit higher before I go into that, and part of the reason for that is Sega is offering a sale currently. Now, I've already used it, so it's not going to show up for me, but it gives you 3 emotes as well as an outfit. And let me just show you what one of these emotes is here. So we go under here and we say Pitfall. Ah! And I'm gone. So yeah, that's one of the emotes that they had in there. So that's kind of a really fun one to have along. All right, and let's see. We did also take care of these suppression missions once again. I am not handing those in at this time. We do need to speak to Lottie and hand in that client order, though. Lottie, I believe, is the last of the NPCs I need that I can unlock at this point in the game.
What? Well, so long.
Alright, so let's see where we're going to head next here. Not much in the forest. Not much in the volcano. There is the desert. Yeah, let's make the desert our next target here.
Oh, hi.
So I'm just gonna grab what I can here from Lottie.
Well, so long.
And now let's speak to Lavir here.
It's you.
Oh, actually, we're full on
Bye
client
now.
order, so I can't even do that. Alright, fine.
Hello.
Hello, Prin.
Goodbye. What do you need?
And just to catch everybody up at this point here on where I am, I'm currently at 360 titles acquired here, so I am really starting to run out of them. And in fact, let me go ahead and grab this one now.
Thank you very much.
Which quest are you up for?
And let's get started in the desert here. So super hard mode. And looking at who's available, we've got Furrier, we've got Aki, and Kuna.
If you would, please.
Hello there.
Alright, let's get down there.
Let's get started.
There's not really much to say about this area. I mean, it's just an area filled with fall spawn, and occasionally you get some automata here as well. But this was one of the first post-alpha areas to be released in the game. I remember when it first came out, the level cap was raised to 30 when this first came out. Over on the Japanese side.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Nice, we got one of the client orders.
Excellent job.
Wonderful.
Alright, let's make our way to the exit and head into the next area.
Come.
to think of it, I don't think I put a new body on, so we'll have to take care of that once we're out of this mission.
Incoming message. Incoming alert.
Oh, little Brightstar, getting into trouble again, huh?
Emergency. Code. Attack.
That's another team order to hand in next week.
Completed.
That was better than I'd expected.
Alright, let's keep pressing on. It's kind of a shorter map for the desert here. Not that I'm complaining. Alright, let's head for the exit. And we've got a Guanada to take down.
Emergency. Ears open.
Emergency. Code. Due.
And down they go.
Excellent.
Alright, let me collect on these missions here. And then, looks like that's it for the dailies. I do need to clear 3 more client orders, then I'll be done with my mission pass stuff for this week. Alright, let's get a new body piece on. Not those. Let's see here. Let's put this one on. And now, once again, the meter starts up again. After 22 hours, you're able to collect on the star gems to get yet another 10 star gems. Alright, let's also take a look at the Fresh Find shop today. So these 3, we've had these for several days now. We have a Tidy Up emote. Not really looking at that. Silver Panja. Burning Eyes. So that's just a flame in the eye. Navigator Dress. Some mining base triggers. Tri-boost. Experience, extra experience. Unique badge and harvesting drink. Yeah, nothing that's really worth it to me here.
Welcome to my place.
Yeah, and then the sales that you got going on here, these aren't really good either here, unfortunately. Alright, let's get back over to the client orders and see what we got next. So it looks like we've got a decent number that we need to take care of here on the floating continent. So let's go ahead and start that up. But before we do that, since we did just clear some client orders, I do want to hand those in and make space for some of Hans's client orders, since those are still good for experience.
I've been expecting you. Drop by anytime.
Okay, there's that one. Let's go find Lottie.
Oh, hi.
And we'll kick these two back to her so we can make room for the floating continent ones now.
Well, so long.
And Cressida, I need to hand one in for you as well. Nice! Level 61. So there was that one, and then...
See ya.
yeah, that's it for you for now. Alright, this block is a little bit too busy for my taste. I want to get into a different block instead.
Which quest are you up for?
Alright, so... to the floating continent we go!
Good luck.
And we've got our same team from before. Once again, these are the next set of NPCs that I'm working on. Basically, for each NPC, in order to get all the titles associated with them, you need to clear 100 quests with them. That will give you a total of 3 titles per character. And I'm already done with Echo, Zeno, and Finn. So these are the 3 that I'm working on right now. It's not the fastest way to get these titles, but it is, it's still a good idea to bring them whenever you can, if you can. Just so that you're not missing out on potential clears that would count. Nice! We already cleared one of those client orders for Lottie. we got a Zishrita over here.
Emergency!
Emergency.
Timber.
Code. Duel.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
There's that crystal. Come to think of it, I should head back up real quick here. Because I actually do want to have my boosters going for this one, just in case the Quartz Dragon does actually feel generous and wants to drop its Dragon Slayer. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, then let me just do a retry on this here. We're not that far in, anyway. Again, Dragon Slayer is one of the weapons that I still need in order to get all of the to get the next attack boost that I need. I think there's one other sword and a couple of other partisans I could be going for, but beyond that, there really aren't that many other 7 to 12 star weapons.
Emergency!
That was better than I'd expected.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Completed.
That was better than I'd expected.
We got some rain in the area. Alright, we did pick up the, this cluster shot earlier, so I'll go ahead and grab that. And let's make our way over into the next area. Got a couple of boxes, but nothing we need inside.
Wonderful.
Hello, Rappy. I need your weapon badge. And there is the other of the floating continent ones I needed. For Lottie.
Emergency!
I am not looking for samples. That's the other of the two emergency trial types that I generally ignore.
Incoming alert.
That and captures.
Emergency! Code! Attack!
I mean, maybe if the experience scaled with the difficulty level,
Objective
I might
complete.
be interested in doing it, but it for me right now, it just doesn't make sense. If anything, it's more annoying than any of the other ones. I mean, captures, at least if you're alone and you know what you're doing, you can make that work, but
Emergency!
with the collection ones, it's like, okay, they give you what zone you need to be in. Hello, Rappy. But at the same time, it could be anywhere within that zone, so you could be searching for minutes and not have any luck finding the thing.
Congratulations on completing the objective.
The captures at least become
Completed!
more handleable once you have the knowledge you need of how how bosses will move around and such. Granted, some of them just move so fast all the time that it's nearly impossible to do it solo. Hello, Quartz Dragon. That too, definitely works. I found that hitting both the E key as well as the button on my controller will help to speed it up a little bit.
Emergency! Code! Due!
Thank you for the weak bullet there. Or blight bullet, I guess. Okay, everything is broken. Let's get on to their nose again and finish them off.
That was better than I'd expected.
Excellent job. You are clear to return.
Completed!
Come on back.
Nothing that we really need here. Yep, let's get back up there. Alright, let's take a look at what else we need. So, a run through the ruins sounds good. Before that, let's go ahead and hand off these client orders. We keep winding up in busy blocks today. It's probably because it's early in the day still, and most people are still jumping into block 1 and 2. Alright, let's speak to Lottie.
Oh,
Alright,
hi.
is this enough for you? Still not enough. Once again, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a specific client order to unlock that's going to give me their NPC card.
Well, so long.
Hey! Good to see you.
But that did finally take care of the last of the weekly missions I had to take care of here for the tier. Or not weekly, but the latest tier mission. So did that progress me enough here? It looks like it did. Okay. So let's grab this experience earned. In terms of what I still need here, pretty sure I've already got the Melder and Medium sets.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we got the Flame Gash there. What else? What else was on the list here? Heartbreaker, Melder, Medium. Yep, we got that one. I don't think I have the medium. So we'll go ahead and grab that one then. And then here we have another 25 star gems. And then this is just a bunch of knee socks, which are probably never going to get used by me. I'll grab it in white, I guess. So a total of 50 star gems from that, once I use all these. There we go. Put those away for now. And I'm also going to clear a little bit more space in my bank. Or in my inventory, rather. That's right, I need to hand some of this stuff over to the swap shop as well. And then, I think I had some stuff I needed to untech here. Yeah, let's grab all these.
Leave it to me.
Oh, my camera, why do you keep ending up in the ground?
Oh, this is a great find. Huh, I got a good look at it.
Okay, so we got one 12-star, one 10-star,
I got a good look at it.
and some more of them.
I got a good look at it. Oh, this is a great find.
Let's put these away. Let's grab everything else over here, put that away. How am I doing on space? I am starting to run low. And I am also starting to run out of extra character slots that I can add for alts. I'm up at 10 alts at this point. Almost all their banks are filled as well for character storage. So I've got 2 more that I can create. And unfortunately, since Liliparium was not added with the most recent addition of the urgent quest, which being the mining base, we really have no idea now when crafting is ever going to get added into the game. And that becomes an issue, especially because I've been hanging on to all this stuff specifically for the purposes of desynthesizing all of it. And if that is not going to be happening anytime soon, then basically I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with all those items, since I'm unable to convert them into crafting parts and such. So it's going to get interesting here in terms of just what I'll be picking up in the future. There's probably some stuff I can still do to compress things down. In fact, thinking about it real quick here, if we go rarity and we go to the end of the list, yeah, there's some stuff I can get rid of here. Hello, controller. Yeah, so all of this stuff, unless it's 6 slot or above, I can get rid of these right now. So why don't we go ahead and do that real quick. Again, my minimum right now, the number of augments I need to see on a weapon is 6. Otherwise, I just don't see a point in hanging on to it. Just because space is becoming such a premium now, and in fact, that's probably going to be the next move that I make here if I happen to get all my alt slots filled.
I look forward to your next visit.
Leave it to me.
And I have to decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to remove, and so I would probably jump that up to 7 augments at that point. I do have some stuff in here that is less than 6, but that's just because half the time I'm just dumping stuff into the bank and not really looking at it until the bank fills up again. But that clears a little bit more space for today.
Which quest are you up for? Welcome.
Now, let me just take a quick look here at what else we've got. So, yeah, we need to finish up what we've got left here for these titles. We need to get up to a level 75 Ranger, a level 75 Force, and a level 75 Gunner. And that is going to be that. So that's going to give me another 8 titles. Once that's done, then I need to hop back onto my Summoner. I need to see if I can find some more pets that I can level up to the appropriate level. I did take care of the Artisan Rolls and Cookie achievements, though. Or titles, rather. And then, of course, there's always room for me to go back and take care of these. Speaking of,
Very much. Which quest are you up for?
on the YouTube channel, I recently released from back in the open beta when I went through the story. Back then, I was not able to clear within the time limit the apprentice fight, but I do actually have that cleared now. Now, granted, I don't have it at an S rank yet, so that's going to be one of the things I still need to take care of in the future.
Come back anytime.
But anyway,
Come back
we
anytime.
said we were going to head to the ruins. Let me just make sure there's nothing else I need to drop off with Fina first, because I want to speak to
I've been
Ravel after this.
expecting you.
There is. I need to hand that in.
Drop by anytime.
Which quest would you like?
Alright, let's make our way over to Ravel. Or Lavir, as she's called in this version.
It's you.
I don't think I'm ever going to forget that name. Let's grab... Guwanda and Gawanda. Gronda and Cyclonda. Pravda and Almikda. Zeshradar, of course. And I think that'll be good from her. And then I just want to check in with Hans to see if he had anything.
Yo!
And in fact, they do have a couple here.
Later!
Which quest would you like?
Alright, so let's make our way over to the
I
ruins.
wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, I think this will be a good area for premium too. Alright, so Fourier is out of it. Let's grab Aki, Kuna,
If you would, please. Hello there.
and let's also grab Saga.
I will not disappoint.
Boosts are good. Let's hop on down.
Let's get started.
Well, that popped up out of nowhere. Shouldn't take me that long to have this down, though. Sometimes I wonder if these things are actually balanced properly. Like, just take a look at how long it's taken for me to break through this thing, and I'm the one that's usually carrying groups.
You can't escape me. I've got you now. I've got you now.
There we go.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
That sent me to a different side of the map here. I guess let's make our way over to the second area then, and then we'll really start our grind there. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. If that's the case, why aren't bases like that?
Emergency. Ears open.
Emergency. Code. Distraction.
Excellent job.
That looks like that's going to be the exit over there, so let's make our way to the south instead.
Completed.
I've got you now.
Here's a good group.
That was better than I'd expected.
Yeah, I guess I can agree with you there, Rooks. In fact, I can definitely attest to that. Back when I was playing during the second alpha, almost nobody was able to clear the bases. Unless they were, like, in a full group. If it was just a solo player, you were almost guaranteed to get the Blood Rain. North America is in full release now. PC version is going to be following in just a few weeks from now. Yeah, they said late May, but based on the current patch pattern, let's see. So we had a new urgent quest this week. So that was on the 29th. The 13th is not considered to be late May, so looks like it's going to be on the 27th, or technically for Pacific time. On Tuesday. The question is, are we going to be seeing a pre-download for it? We probably will be. It's just going to be a question of when Microsoft is going to upload that to their servers. Since, as far as we're aware, there's only going to be the There's only going to be the Windows Store version for now. At least that's what everything is pointing to at this point. I'm still going to be doing everything I can to see if I can download that without the Windows Store. Typically, free software, you are able to do it if you know at least what the server location is. Once you have that, there's a way to do it through the PowerShell instead of doing it through the Microsoft Store. Let's see here. Did I clear that already? Yeah, new trial. Okay, so we're done with all the enemies we need to take down. Then, so let's move on to the Zeshreter. I'm on Xbox for right now, since that's the only thing it's open on currently for North America. I do play on PC for the Japanese version, though. Oh, hey, it's a Rig Shredder. Rare version. I'll take that.
Emergency. Ears open.
Emergency. Code.
Timber! Pop a Photon Blast. And let's do it again. Timber!
Excellent job. You are clear to return.
Completed.
Doesn't look like there's anything I really need here, though. Alright, so back up to the Gateway ship. And let's do another round of hand-ins here.
I've been expecting you. Drop by anytime.
Oh yeah, I can definitely confirm that that there are different there's different balancing going on here. It has more to do with how many missions are available, as well as what kind of weapons and units are available currently in the game. It has to do with how this version is currently locked to episode 3, while the Japanese version has episode up to 6 available currently. But Sega has also stated that they intend to bring everything to parity within 2020. It's probably going to happen around the same time that the Vita version is discontinued over there. But for instance, this badge shop here, this has a lot of weapons that were not available just directly in the game through the... let me take that back. These weapons were not obtainable in this particular way, where you need 400 unique badges in order to pick them up. They were available through other methods, such as, for instance, the Lightning Espada would actually come from what's called a weaponoid, which is a character which is essentially a personified weapon from the mobile add-on game Phantasy Star Online 2S, which has its own unique story. So that's just one of the ways that things are different here, since we don't get Phantasy Star Online 2S in the West. Instead, we're just able to purchase the weapons directly. Alright, what else did I need to hand in here? I needed to hand in some stuff to Lavir. And then... also one to Cressida as well.
What's the good word?
Oh, you.
There we go.
See ya.
And let's hand these in for Lavir.
It's you. Bye now.
Alright, where are we headed next? Elder Rifle is one of the best weapons in as a ranger currently, definitely. It has more to do with the potential that's on it than the raw damage, though. If I remember correctly, the raw damage itself hasn't been changed on these weapons. Let's see. So... we do need to make another run in the ruins here. That's going to be for Contaminator Destruction. Let's get back in there.
Which quest are you up for?
Again, if you're not sure where to go to this, there's this button up here which will change the type of missions that you can see here. If you're on this type, then you're going to go under your subquest to get access to that particular mission. That is this one right here. Otherwise, if you're under this one where the quest list just lists everything, then it's going to be Arks quests, and then down to here.
Good luck.
But I'm sure eventually, in terms of rifles, we're going to be getting eventually like the spread needle and things like that. Hello, controller. So that weapon will eventually be dethroned, and that's just how this game has always worked. There's never really a bad time to... no, Elder Rifle is a 12... yeah, it's a 12-star. But there's never really a bad time to jump into the game, just because... because of the way the progression in this game works, each weapon is going to be relevant for several weeks to a couple of months, and then there's going to be a new weapon that everybody can go for. You generally don't need to have the prior tier to get the next tier's weapon. The only time when that really becomes a thing is at the end of an episode. At that point, then, you kind of need the different weapons that you could have gotten throughout the episode to create a really, really powerful end game weapon at that point. And that can then last you about, I want to say, halfway through an episode after that then. That's basically what happened with my light stream, since I couldn't get access to a Liberator sword for some time. The rare enemies are also what are dropping those unique weapon badges. It's not like on the Japanese version where you've got the daily featured quest where those could drop. You are able to trade star gems for weapon badges. You can do that. If we go under the Fresh Find shop, yeah, so right now for 18 of those, you could get yourself 20 unique weapon badges. Alright, let's make our way into the next area. Yeah, I guess I should go ahead and pop those again, actually. I'll just do a rare drop 50% for now, though. Since we just recently completed an urgent quest, so I'm not expecting another to pop for a little bit.
That was better than I'd expected.
Let's see, at this point we're trying to find the exit. That looks like another entrance. Oh, actually, this looks like it was a dead end this way.
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Attack!
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Attack!
Alright, let's make our way back south, since that trial's cleared.
Completed!
And of course we would have respawns already.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Completed!
I've got you now.
At least it keeps my focus gear filled. The other balance thing I would say that's kind of a thing, but I can't necessarily really prove that it is one, is the enemy spawns don't seem to be as fast as they are on the Japanese server. Some of the groups are just like way smaller than you would expect them to be, and then they just have single spawns over and over, like we just had just a moment ago, that go on for like 3 or 4 more enemies. It's like, that feels more like the server is like in Vita mode or something like that. The reason I can't really prove that, though, is the fact that PSC bursts still only last a minute instead of a minute 30 in those cases.
Wonderful.
Alright, let's hit the exit and go into area number 3. That's where we're going to find the Fall Morphers.
Emergency!
Emergency.
There they are.
Code. Attack.
Nice one! You did it!
Completed.
Back up to the gate ship we go. Alright. So we do need to make a couple of runs at the coast. Let's get that started here. So Arks Quest, and then Coastal Region Ecological Survey.
Commencing the
Let's
mission.
get started.
Now these coastal, ecological surveys, basically we just have to take out a certain number of enemies so we accumulate points, and then that will then clear the mission.
Emergency!
I should have checked in with Lottie.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
I guess we can do that after this run. We'll still need to do another... Actually, no, that one's just going to send us directly over to Balotos, actually, so... Alright, we'll skip that, then.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Excellent shot.
Completed.
Quit targeting the flowers! I typically have to jump in like this in order to get it to stop doing that. Unfortunately, my view with that isn't as good.
I've got you now. I've got you now.
My class currently is Ranger Main Hunter subclass. And yeah, you want to talk about balance here. This sword that I've got here, the Lightning Espada, is so powerful that it doesn't matter what my main class is. I'm just running with sword at this point. And Hunter subclass, so I have access to Photon Arts. Think of it this way, I'm playing it like it's a Pro Trancer instead.
That was better than I'd expected.
I mean, of course, I can always pop out a rifle and such and start shooting away, but the damage is just so much less than my sword swings that it doesn't even make sense for me to do that. That's how broken the early game can get, yeah.
Emergency!
Emergency! Code! Attack!
Congratulations on completing the objective.
Completed!
Just need a few more targets and then we're done. And that's it. Alright, let's make our way back up to the gateway ship. That damage isn't too unreasonable given the charge up time and if they are properly geared for it. In terms of augments, I'm not at like top augments, but I at least have enough that my units are basically plus 60, and then the weapon itself is plus 90 melee power. Alright, so we need to do an expedition now to the coast to take out the Barlotos. I'm gonna stop the boosters on this one. I'm really not expecting anything to come along here. But basically, for this one, we just have to head straight for the boss.
Let's get started.
Commencing the mission.
Incoming alert.
Oh, we got a base over here. Okay.
Emergency! Code! Attack! Emergency! Code! Distraction!
Yeah, you gotta be properly geared in order to do something like that. My main on, or rather, what I play on the Japanese servers is a Hunter Etoile. My base attacks can sometimes hit 100k there, if the conditions are right.
Completed!
Emergency!
Alright, I am not babysitting some time bombs.
Emergency! Code! Judgment!
Yeah, what I can tell you about that, Maho, is you are going to learn to hate doo-doo. And Monica, for that matter, as well.
Emergency. Ears open.
yes, Rooks, start on the right side, look for where the where the dot is, and then follow the line wherever it goes. If it branches off, you always follow the branch. It's actually not a brand new concept. It's a variation on something that's actually very similar, that starts at the top instead of on the side like that.
Oh, by the way, have you heard
Yep, exactly. First time I ever encountered one of those, I want to say, was back in Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. Yep, that's another example.
Emergency!
Emergency code due.
Get over here. Oh, no, you don't. It looks like we're gonna have one phase of this thing anyway. Get back down here. There we go.
Yeah, nice one! You did it! Great work!
Completed.
Now please head on back.
Once again, that A rank is fine, since really we just need to take out the Bar Lotus there. Alright, let's work on getting some client orders handed in and see what else we can pick up. Starting off with Fina over here. So we got the Ecological Survey, Contaminator Destruction, and the Bar Lotus.
Drop by anytime.
Now, do I have anything for Lavir? Yes, I do.
Oh, it's you. Bye now.
It looks like that's it. So in terms of where we're gonna head next, we need to make a trip over to the abandoned mine on Lillipah.
Which quest are you up for? Good luck.
And this area can be kind of nice sometimes, so I'll grab the full booster here. Furrier, Aki, and Kuna. We gotta be getting close on Furrier at this point. Alright, and as for this one, I did want to bring up, some of you that may be longtime viewers of my YouTube channel may remember back in the day I had a different outfit on, even though I was a cast. And I figured, why don't we do a run including that here? So, my fashion 1... Say hello! So, the only differences here is I can't find the blue shirt, unfortunately, and there's no such thing as being bald or a skinhead currently for having a haircut, so... but that's pretty much as close as I can get it for the time being, anyway. I'm amazed, we got a low rate of spawns in this area. Like, nothing spawned. Now we're getting some spawns. Have fun with that. I'm sure Mother and Deus are looking forward to meeting you. Ooh, we got a sandstorm here right now.
Wonderful.
Incoming report.
The light, it blinds me so! Actually, it's not that bad.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure if this planet even has a sun, to be honest. I mean, I guess it's up there, but... Oh, there it is. Kinda far away, though. Oh, nice. I need that disc.
That was better than I'd expected.
Alright, back to the north we go! Since we didn't encounter any enemies in the first area, I do want to make sure I am clearing enough of these that I do get a high enough rank. Yeah, considering these bots pop up from the sand, I'm surprised all their gears and everything work correctly. Just a funny little aspect, I guess. Never really took notice of until now. And there's probably gameplay reasons for that as well. Hello, Rappy.
That was better than I'd expected.
Oh, and another. I'll take it.
I've got you now.
Alright, we're probably good. Let's head for the exit. Alright, Ringada. Let's go ahead and break these rings. There's one. Down to the ground with you.
Emergency. Code due.
Nice, one rounded it.
Congratulations on completing the objective. That's enough. Please head
Complete.
back.
Alright, let's go ahead and take this off here. My fashion 2. Oh. Oh, that's right. I changed my armor earlier. Hang on. There we go. I had the Dracul body on earlier.
I've been
Let's
expecting
hand this
you.
in to Fina. I'll have to see if I have any more of those dingo arms later.
Drop by anytime.
Alright. Looks like we also need to make a couple of trips into the Seabed. We'll get that started next.
Which quest would you like?
Let me check my titles first, though.
Welcome.
Still nothing for
Thank you very
Fourier.
much.
We gotta be
Which
getting
quest do
real
you want
close
for?
on her.
Come back anytime.
Let's see. I did want to check for anybody that had any gifts as well. Yeah, Matoy had one here.
How are you doing?
Really? An extreme pass? Okay.
See you later.
Namegid?
See you later.
And what level was that? Just level 1. And then Lucretia had one as well.
Well, hello there.
An X cube, nice.
See you around.
And again. Heal stab.
See you around.
Desperado dance.
See you around.
Even more, yikes. I don't think I've actually grabbed any from her then.
See you around.
Okay, a level 10 Desperado dance, I'll take that.
Hello.
And I'm sure I've got something for Fourier here.
There you are. This is wonderful. All the best. Yam. All the best.
Alright, and then probably have something from Aki as well here. Yep.
Good to see you.
They just have a synthesizer.
Don't be a stranger.
And that's it. Okay. Since we're headed to the Seabed,
Oh, hi.
we'll grab this one from Lottie. As well as Berserker Barrage.
Well, so long.
Hello, controller.
Oh, you.
And we'll grab that one from Cressida.
What's the good word?
And we'll also speak to Hans as well.
Yo! Later.
Alrighty.
Which quest would
Let's
you
make
like?
our way to the Seabed. We'll start with the Arks quest first. Here it is, Suppress Decor Maruda.
I wish you the best of luck.
I'm ready to fight.
If you would, please.
Hello there.
And here we go once again.
Emergency. Ears open.
Emergency. Code. Distraction.
Alright, that completes the Berserker Barrage one.
Excellent job.
Completed.
Emergency. Ears open.
And it looks like this is a dead end, so let's make our way back to the south and head west from there.
Excellent job.
Completed.
On to the second area. That sounds like there's a Beal Meduna on the field somewhere. I'm not really going to go out of my way to find it, since we need to take one down in the next mission anyway.
Notifying all personnel.
I've got you now.
I'm detecting a suspicious reading. Keep your wits about you.
Okay, I do see a boss up to the south. It's probably gonna be that Beal Meduna. Yep, there it is.
Emergency!
Emergency! Code due!
Down they go.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Okay, with that, let's start heading for the exit. That's another client order cleared for Lottie. Alright, let's get in there.
Emergency!
Pop the photon blast, and let's get this done.
Emergency! Code due!
And down they go.
Congratulations on completing the objective.
Well, color me impressed.
Alright, and then we need to do the seabed exploration as well here. Oh, this group's already full. Let's start up another one instead. I want to run with my NPCs. That's better. Hurry, Aki. Oh, Kuna's already taken.
If you would, please.
Then in that case, let's grab Saga.
I will not disappoint. Commencing mission.
Let's get started. I've got you now.
Just a scratch.
Let's see, double checking the clear conditions on this client order. We need to do a full exploration here, so. Hello, Rare. This is a decently sized group. Alright, moving on. Looks like the exit is probably going to be up here to the north.
Ears open.
Emergency. Code. Distraction.
Alright, looks like we're connecting up with another player here.
Incoming alert.
And we got a Beal Meduna here.
Change over. Code. Capture.
I had no idea that that was a capture.
Failure report received.
Failed.
Alright, looks like my boosters are running out here. So we'll go ahead and pop those again. One of the things I love about this game is just the enemy design. How variant they are, and that a reskin is never just simply a reskin. There's usually always some sort of new attack that comes along with it. The only real exception to that are the rare variants of enemies. Those are more or less just a palette swap, but I think that's more just that the player is aware of what's going on. Oh, I've been grabbed. And down they go.
Objective complete. Success confirmed.
Completed.
Return when able.
And hey, that's a Lambda Schwan there.
いいですね。
Trin, why are you still saying Aegisne? Alright, I do want to activate the rest of my collection folder again here, since the timers on all these should have already gone down, or rather reset. We have to get rid of that one. Alright, and this one is complete as well. But we can just grab it right again. Alright, cool.
Goodbye.
Those plus 30s are always good for putting them into 13-star weapons. They'll give you a nice boost in experience for the weapon.
Later.
I've been expecting you.
Alright, hand this in, and the Seabed exploration.
Drop by anytime.
And then I think we need to see Cressida as well. Yep, them and Lottie.
Oh, you. See ya. Oh, hi.
And there it is, finally, Lottie's partner card. Let's go ahead and accept the client order.
Well, so long.
And then we technically don't need to complete the quest.
Well, so long.
Let's also see what gift they've got. A Rayblade shot.
Well, so long.
But it's just level 5. And anything else? Yeah, the rest of that is suppression, and suppression is only going to be for the alliance counter. But of course, since I'm already maxed out on my points for this week, I do not want to hand that in.
I'm here if you need me.
And then was there anything else? Yeah, the rest of these, at this point, I think I would rather try to combine them into other client orders if I can, so that I can maximize the efficiency in clearing those out. But just looking at at where we are at this point here, we started with about 600,000 Meseta. We're now at about 2 million, and yeah, so we definitely made some progress here. I've got at least a little bit of wiggle room again in terms of my cash flows with Meseta. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. A little bit of a shorter stream today, but yeah, I've got other things I need to take care of today around the home, but I definitely still wanted to make sure I got a stream in today. I do hopefully want to get back to Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Hello, controller. In the near future, but with the way things are currently, it's becoming increasingly harder to actually find a time when things are going to be quiet enough for me to actually get these streams done. But I'm doing what I can here to still make sure I'm still bringing content. I'm doing what I can to still make sure that I'm keeping up with Day Dawn's Arcs as well, the PSO2 podcast. Which is also featured on here, which, by the way, we did an episode of that yesterday, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. And if you're interested in keeping up with the channel, of course, there is always that follow button. Discord is linked in the description below, and with that, let's see if we can find somebody that we can raid here. So let's see here. Why don't we raid Apathy? Let me get that copied over. Alright. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this raid started. And with that, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I will catch you next time. Let's get this raid started here.